Very lucky to have John Norum from Europe and solo artist on the line with me right now. John, thanks for taking my call.
Oh, no problem.
Europe, basically formed in the late 70s, is that about right?
Yes. We met when we were like teenagers, like 14, 15 years old, and that was around 79, you know, when we started rehearsing, and but under a different name. We had we were called Force back then.
When did you start getting serious?
Well, we were kind of serious in the beginning.
Okay.
It's like we were kind of serious in the beginning. We wanted to be good musicians, so we practiced all the time, every single day, 7 days a week, pretty much. And but we didn't think about that we didn't think about getting a record deal or anything like that. In the beginning, we were mainly just doing cover songs and like UFO songs, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Thin Lizzy, that type of thing. But later on, we started writing our own songs, and then we entered a rock competition in Sweden in 1982, and the first prize was to record an album. And we won this thing. We couldn't believe it. Out of 4,000 bands, we sent in tapes from all over Sweden. We happened to win it. So we just thought, damn, this is amazing. It's like beginner's luck, And so we went in and recorded our first album, which came out February 23rd in 1983. I'm really bad with dates and years and all that, but I remember that one because that was my birthday. That's the only reason I remember it. 1983, and then after that we just went on our first tour in Scandinavia and toured like crazy. So yeah.
Okay. Then a follow-up album, of course, and then of course the big one. Of course, we'll get this out of the way. Final Countdown. What was it like to be involved in that? I mean, that must have been just a ride and a half, wasn't it? Initially, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it was great in the beginning. I mean, when we were writing the songs, and Joey wrote most of the songs in the beginning in the 80s. He was more of the songwriter, and we were more of like we wanted to learn how to play our instruments properly, because I was into Al Di Meola and Gary Moore and Richie Blackmore and people like that. So I was more focused on the guitar, and so we went to Switzerland and recorded the Final Countdown with an American producer, Kevin Nelson, who has been working with Journey and later on with Mr. Big and a bunch of other bands, and recorded it for 5 weeks, I believe it was, and then when it got released, it just kind of exploded. It just went like number one in 25 or 26 countries, and so then we went out on tour and started doing a lot of playback shows, which was kind of popular in the 80s in Europe and stuff. And went to Japan for the first time, and did a lot of press, and we were, and the image had changed quite a bit then too, because it was the band was starting getting more kind of a glam, that kind of like Bon Jovi would do at the same time, and I wasn't liking it too much. We were like on every like teeny bopper magazine and becoming a bit more like a bubblegum band, And the keyboards were taking over more and more, and the less guitars and things like that. I was more into more heavier stuff, So, but it was still good. We still had a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about you and the guitar. When did you first pick up a guitar, John?
I started when I was around 11, 12 years old. My mom had an acoustic guitar at home. She's also a guitar player, and actually it runs in the family. It goes way back to my grandfather and my uncles. All my uncles plays in bands, still do, and my cousins are either guitar players or bass players, you know. So I was around 12 years old, and I started just jamming on that thing and playing along to the albums that my mom and dad had at home, and that was stuff like Elvis and the Beatles and bands and things like that, you know. So that's how it started. But mainly I just started just playing rhythms, you know, just playing songs and singing along and things like that. And then later on I discovered. Later on I heard Made in Japan would be Purple. And then that was it for me. Then I decided I want to play lead guitar after hearing Richard Blackmore.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
wow, that was the coolest thing I've heard ever, you know. So
Now, I just want to get your opinion on this. Now, I'm a massive Thin Lizzy fan, and I've heard lots of bands do Thin Lizzy, and I'm always very wary. But I got to tell you, your covers on your solo albums, they've got to be the best. They've got to be the best Thin Lizzy covers I've ever heard, and I mean that sincerely.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
They a big influence on you, I'm imagining.
Oh yeah, huge. I mean, they're still my favorite band. You know, I mean, they were so unique in the melodies and Philip's voice and the songs, and the guitar players were great, and they just had a whole package, you know. So yeah, and I saw them live the first time in I think it was 1977 or 78 on the Bad Reputation tour in Stockholm, and I mean I was totally blown away. That was the best show I've ever seen. You know?
Okay.
So that was amazing. Since then, I saw them after that. I saw them like 7 or 8 times every time they were in Sweden. You know, because they were in Sweden quite a lot at the time. I mean, because they were huge in Sweden. So yeah, Lizzy has always been the number one band for me. It still is.
Let's talk about the reunion now of Europe getting back together. Was that an easy decision?
Well, I think the whole thing started when we did a short set at the Millennium in Stockholm, and because we got offered tons of money to get together to do this, you know, on Millennium Eve, and so we did 2 songs, Rock the Night and The Final Countdown. And that's kind of how the whole thing started. You know, that's like we rehearsed the day before, and it felt really good. It just felt like coming home again. You know, because the band had had a break for like 8-9 years or something like that. So after the Millennium gig, we had some obligations to record companies to do some solo stuff and things. Like Joey did a solo album. I did another solo album, and also did an album with Darken in 2001. And then in 2003, we decided that we wanted to get back together again, and we had a meeting and decided to start writing some songs, and we did Start from the Dark, which came out in 2004. That's how it started. So we've been doing this in 2004 now, and we're still having a good time, rocking and rolling all over the world. Now it's just Australia missing. We've been on in every country pretty much, you know, except Australia. So we're very excited to finally come to Australia. You know, it's been like a dream for us for years, so it's exciting.
It's good that a lot of bands from the the 80s and all that are finally checking Australia off the list. So we're we're finally getting spoiled, you might say. So it's good that you guys are coming here. How did the tour come about? I mean, just out of the blue, Europe are coming to Australia and playing Adelaide. Thank you very much. So that's good. How did it come about?
Yeah. Well, the agency, I mean, our booking agency in England, the agency, I guess, got some good offers, and they just, they contacted us and said if we were interested to do these shows in Australia, and we were like, yes, finally, we want to go to Australia, and so that's how it came about, and then we saw that we had these shows, what do you think? And said like, well, that looks great, so we want to do it. So that's how it came about.
Excellent. Now, your latest album, Walk the Earth, I really like this.
Yeah.
Reminds me of an earlier time, actually, which I'm totally comfortable with. The sound, you might say, harking back a bit. Was that a conscious decision, or did it just sort of evolve like that?
I think we've gone more back to the roots. I mean, I'm kind of old school. I love the bands from the '70s. I think that was the best, era of rock was made in the '70s. And we kind of have gone full circle and kind of, gone back to more the sound and the way when we started out, late '70s, early '80s, and I mean we still want to, we wanted to, do new things and move forward and write great songs and not be like stuck in the past or anything like that. But I think we like to use old gear. We like to use because of they have a warm sound. Everything is digital these days, and so we went to Abbey Road in London to record the album. And in Abbey Road, they have a lot of cool vintage gear there. So they're like Joey. I mean, he was singing through one of those compressors that John Lennon used, for his vocals. And, I was playing through a console which Pink Floyd recorded Dark Side of the Moon. David Gilmour recorded his guitars, and it was like so exciting, to play through the same kind of gear that those guys did. So that made the album, sound, warmer and more like the albums
used to
sounded
sound
like in the old days when the albums actually used to sound. Yeah, when the albums actually sounded really good to my ears. Because most of the stuff these days are kind of, it's all Pro Tools and later on, of course, it goes to digital anyways. But if you can use like old compressors and old Neve vintage gear, you can still get that warmth that those albums had, from the past, and that's what we wanted to.
No, I agree totally.
So, yeah.
I got an email telling me that when you come to Australia, you're doing 2 sets and it's over 2 hours. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah,
that's a hell of a rock show. You don't get that these days, is it?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to put in. I mean, we have quite a big catalog now, and it was hard to put together a set list because we like to do, songs from all the albums. So it ended up being 2 hours when we were like when we gone through it all. That's like we want to do this and that song. Yeah, well, we have to do this one. And so when we rehearsed the other day, it was like, shit, it's like 2 hours long. Well, so we talked to the promoter about it and said, well, it's great, it's perfect. We want 2 hours. We want 2 hours. So, yeah. So, yeah, 2 hours. It's good. It's the longest set we played was when we did the Final Countdown anniversary tour at Sweden Rock Festival, and that was I think it's 2.5 hours long. I think that set was. And so we don't have any problems playing for that long. But at the same time, if you compare it to someone like you know, Bruce Springsteen or something, it's nothing. He's on stage for like 4 hours straight, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of a little bit slightly overkill, but
yeah. I'm agreeing with you there as well. John Norum, absolutely fantastic talking to you today. Congratulations on the latest album, Walk the Earth, and we're looking forward to seeing Europe very soon here in Adelaide. Thank you for your time tonight.
Well, thank you very much.
John, great talking to you, mate. See you soon.
All right, thank you very much.